All right, what's up, everybody? Take 900 at this video. I keep saying, oh, I need to make more YouTube videos, and I know I need to, but I keep picking stuff up, and I'm just like, you know what? I should wait till I get everything in. And I still have stuff coming in, but we have a decent ass amount of pickups to show, and I still have some really cool stuff coming in, but I think we're gonna have to make a bunch of videos at this point. So yeah, let's get this started. So a lot of this, I've been really into like refractors and just cool inserts recently. A lot of this is Konerko stuff. Also, this is a bobblehead that I got at the White Sox game earlier this year. One of the cooler giveaways I think that they've had recently. All four of them, just sick and disgusting. Also, same game. Shout out, I'm using it to like hold my pencils in and stuff for my home desk because I'm not gonna drink out of this, but like that's just a cool cup. And I also picked this up, non-card related, but this is a replica 2005 World Series ring, 99 and 63, 05 World Series champions. I don't know why it's in this. It was gifted to me by a family friend. Super cool, super grateful to have this. I do think the glass cube is a little funny, but I think that's really clean. And this is probably, I wish I did not take that 05 World Series win when I was 9 years old more for granted. Like, I really assumed at the time, like I was into baseball, but I wasn't heavy into baseball yet. And I think I at the time, I kind of assumed that like that wasn't rare. And now I'm 29, so this is 20 years later. And and if the White Sox are ever in the World Series ever again, they can just have all of my money and I'm going because I have to treat that like this is a once in a lifetime experience because I would not be surprised if in my lifetime, which I hope lasts for a long time, that might not ever happen. So I thought that was really cool, and let's get into some cool pickups. So first, this stack is some random basketball stuff. Let's start out like this. So first, I picked up some like 70s basketball stuff. This is all like $1 each, give or take. 77, Bob Weiss. He was pretty good with the Bulls back in the day. I like that. Rudy T. I don't know much about him, but this is the only star card that was like in the dollar section. And I know his number is retired by the Rockets, so I just thought that was cool. And I actually only ordered one of these, but they sent me two because I was supposed to get a different card that I'll talk about in a second. But 1977 Swen Nader. Swen Nader was a dog, led the NBA in rebounds in 1980. I think he was only in the NBA for like 7 or 8 years, but he was killing it in the ABA. Two-time All-Star. He also had a nasty mustache, but this is obviously earlier in his career, so he does not have it in this picture, but they sent me two. And so this dude, I don't know who this is, but his name was John Hummer, which is hilarious, so I had to buy it. I intended to also get a card of a dude named Skeeter Swift. No idea who Skeeter Swift is, but I was like, having 1977 cards of John Hummer and Skeeter Swift together would go like really good with like my Rusty Kuntz rookie card, just like the funny phallic name PC. But I guess the image, and I did look at it, it looks similar to this, but he sent me two Swen Naders instead. So I think he's still sending me the Skeeter Swift, but if not, I'll just get refunded on $1, and it's not a big deal anyway. Some other basketball pickups, some cheaper Bulls stuff. 1990 Scottie Pippen, just did not have that. I think I have the Jordan to match this. I feel like I have every 90s Jordan base card at this point, but I don't know. Air Raid, I just think that's really cool imagery. And for like around $1, can't go wrong there. Same with the Dennis Rodman Slam. I don't have a lot of Rodman cards, and I just think that's cool. Next, this I think is actually closer to like an $8 card, and I won it for like $4 in an eBay auction. This is the 96 Skybox. I think it's 96. Let's find out. It is 96, but this is like the Fire basketball. I usually don't pick up too many Jordans unless I see them in like dollar boxes. or they're like really, really cool inserts. Like eventually I'm gonna pull the trigger on the Beam Team because I do want to do the 92, 93 Beam Team set, but it's not that difficult to pick up. It's just whenever I decide to do it. But that's really cool right there. This next dude, I actually have another card of him coming in too. Stotty recently gave me an auto of him. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but if you're gonna have a numbered card, if you're gonna have a card of a dude that you're not that sure of, it might as well be low numbered. Got this for like $2. Second year Patrick Williams out of 17. Hopefully he learns how to maybe like drive into the paint. That would be cool. But that's cool right there. Chris Duhon rookie refractor. Pretty solid backup point guard. Like nothing crazy, but I just love this is 0405. Also Ben Gordon's rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe you should get the Gordon to match that. I just love old school chrome refractors, and I don't think I owned a single card of Chris Duhon. Also, Chris Duhon had 20 assists in a game once in the New York Knicks, so that's kind of cool. This is a fun random pickup, probably like $4 or $5. It looks like a super fractor, but it's not. It's not a Bulls card, but Dennis Rodman's on it. And I like how it's Rodman and Joe Dumars and not Rodman and Isaiah Thomas. This is the 1/1 Leaf production proof. I'll probably never pull the trigger on a super fractor because even supers of like terrible players are probably still 50 or $60. But if I want to get one, it probably has to be of like a better player. And maybe I'll be able to pick up one day or like pull the trigger on one. But like I know the back looks like that, but I just think that's kind of cool. And then I got this for $1.50. I thought it was mislabeled and it was a rookie, but it's a second year Jalen Brunson. It is numbered to 99. So like it probably is still worth probably at least the $1.50 I paid for it, if not a couple bucks more. But shout out, I guess he is local. Won a championship at Stevenson, which is a Chicago suburb. So shout out that. Now this is random baseball stuff that I picked up. Nothing crazy. Some of these I would just classify as cool. Dollar to, I think everything in the stack is like a $1 to $4 card. It's either cool pickups or I like the idea of like investing in prospects a little bit, but like at like a very low level stake. It makes me kind of feel like childish again in a way that like I'm picking stuff up in the same monetary capacity that I was when I was younger. These first two cards I think are just kind of cool. I think I'm gonna end up keeping them. Not that like they're really resellable at a profit. I just think they're kind of cool. On card, John Franco auto. I believe he was a 4-time All-Star. One of the better relievers. Like definitely, it's hard to make the Hall of Fame as a reliever. So definitely will probably not make the Hall of Fame. Maybe the old-time committee will get him in eventually. But I just think that's kind of cool. And then former Sock, who was also an All-Star for a couple of years, Steve Sachs. Got this for like $2. It's not on card, but also I like it because his name is Steve Sachs and in cursive because I can't really read. It kind of looks like Steve Socks, and I just think that's kind of cool. Next, these are $2 pickups right here. Just the 2000 Black Diamond Tony Gwynn. I just think that looks really clean and pops. Like that, been picking up a couple random Tony Gwynn inserts and stuff recently. Obviously got the auto of him at Nationals. Never a super big fan of Tony Gwynn, but I mean, cool dude. Sometimes I just pick up cards I like. And 2000 die cut aspirations of Mark McGwire, numbered out of 750 for $1 or $2 all day. Also, all the cards from like, why isn't this like focusing? That's stupid. From this set are numbered. It's Jesus Christ. Are like numbered 1 out of 750. So like all of them will say 1 of 750. Kind of cool right there. Stotty, I'm probably just gonna give this to you. But this is a Travis Bazana out of 25 from Wildcard. Got it for $3. So like the mag's worth 2 by itself, and it's Wildcard, but #1 pick. So whatever. This is actually kind of cool. I have a bunch of like 80s and 90s Nolan Ryans. I have a small PC of him. It's probably like 20 or 30 cards. Nothing crazy. I'll eventually maybe, I don't know if I want to like pull the trigger like financially on like his like 68, 69 stuff. So this is a 79. So this is what, a 10th year Nolan Ryan, but it's really clean. This is a 79 tops Nolan Ryan. Love that right there. This is also definitely gradable. Never graded a card. Eventually, I probably need to, but I think that's really cool. Then a lot of these are just kind of like prospect pickups that I got for $1 to $4 that I'm just going to hold on to and eventually break even, make $1 or $2, whatever. These are just like in an eBay lot that I bought to get combined free shipping, whatever. It was a solid deal. No idea who this is, but he's a Yankee and it's at 75. Francisco Valoria, first speckle of 200, Ryan Campos. This dude's, I looked him up. He's actually pretty good. Might be a top 100 prospect next year. This is the true blue. First, Yandel Ricardo. This dude's killing it for the Royals, and the color match is kind of cool. So love that. I got this for 99 cents. I looked this dude up. He sucks. But this is a 2025 first Bowman Chrome Auto, Cole Fontel. So for 99 cents, you know, can't really lose on that, but this dude's hitting like 200 in like single A, and he's like 25 or something. He sucks. Next, 3 cards. I just kind of like the father-son type thing in sports. And this is Vladimir Guerrero's other son, Vladdy Guerrero. So this is his first purple out of 250. I guess that's the purple sparkle or whatever, not the true purple. This is an aqua out of 125. And one of my favorite inserts, and you'll see more of this later, is the steel out of 100. I just really like the way it looks compared to the typical black refractor. And I think that's really cool. And next, these are random players, but I just kind of wanted, like, I like random low-numbered cards like this. These are the Independence Days. This is a Robert Suarez, actually pretty good reliever for the Padres, but that is out of 76. And another one, this is from a different year of Topps, but Yeimer Candelario. I think he was an all-star once. He was pretty good for a year or two, but that is also out of 76, and this cannot focus. So most of this last stack is Paul Konerko. But before that, picked up a couple Marvin Harrisons. I haven't picked up a lot of Marvin Harrison recently. These are both die cuts out of 88 from Elite. I think one of these are from 04 and the other one's from 05. So that's a cool Marvin Harrison. Why can't this camera focus at all? Out of 88. Jesus Christ. That's still not really working, but it's fine. So that's out of 88. And then we got this one out of 88. So I think that's kind of cool right there. And I think this is a set I'm going to do. I should probably do this last, but I'm just going to do this now. So in 2005 Topps, obviously the year the White Sox won the World Series, they have black refractors in Topps Chrome out of 250, which I probably should have done. But in normal Topps, they have, because it's the 54th year of Topps, and I really like it because it says 2005 White Sox on it. This is the Jermaine Dye, the black color match. So not only is this cool, it's just kind of rare because it's out of 54. So it's like rare enough where I think it holds value and it's cool, but it's not rare enough to the point that I'm not going to be able to complete the set. Like if there's 54 of them, I'd imagine there has to at least be 6 or 7 of all of them out there somewhere. Don't know what they're worth. I'd imagine most of these are like $10 cards. I think I paid 15 each for the 4 I grabbed. This dude had like 12 of them, but a lot of them they were all the same price. He did not have the Burley, the Konerko, or the Frank Thomas. I'd imagine those 3 are worth a lot more. But like I'm not gonna pay. I feel like the Ross Glode and the Brian Anderson are not worth $15, and I would rather wait and see if I can get those at a lower price, you know. But these are all out of 54. So picked up the Jermaine Dye. That is out of 54. It's like numbered right here. It's hard to see. 13 out of 54. And then I got the Garland, the Garcia, and the Contreras. I thought it'd be really cool because I only wanted to get 4 of them to start it out because he didn't have the Burley. If I could also, because of this, if I could also, I thought it'd be really cool to at least get those 4. He didn't have the Burley, but even, I know he wasn't a start in the postseason, but getting the Orlando Hernandez would have been kind of cool. But these are all out of 54. So I think getting these 4 together is super sweet. So that's really cool right there. And before we get into the Konerko stack, which is a majority of this, 2003 Bowman Chrome Mark Burley refractor. Love that. Super clean. Love the look. Shout out Mark Burley right there. Next, this dude is killing it. He has 18 home runs since the All-Star break, which I think leads the MLB since the All-Star break. He can do, and he can only hit home runs. But Colson Montgomery Aqua out of 125. Super cool right there. And back to 2005 White Sox cards. This is a Jose Contreras. I paid $4 for this. Might be worth less, but don't care. But it's a Diamond Kings insert from 2005, and it's numbered out of 25. And I love how it's 05 out of 25 instead of 5 out of 25 because they won in 05, and this card is from 2005. I mean, obviously, you might not be able to see it because my camera is bad, apparently. And last one, so this is the other steal. I paid $16 for this, which I think in this stack might be the most expensive single card that I paid for. But he's the White Sox number 5, might be number 6, but I think he's the number 5 prospect. And this is his first Bowman steal out of 100. So this is, I think, like $20 max is the extent I would go with like current players at this point for anything. Like, I would like to pick up Caleb Williams, but like he looked kind of rusty week 1. The Bears are disappointing, but it is what it is. Hopefully he gets it together, but I'm not going to invest significant after like Allen Robinson, Mohamed Sanu, whatever. But I'll do this because his autos are more than $20. So why not pick up one of his lower numbered? And it's also a color match. I like the steel. That's just sexy right there. And next, this is all Konerko stuff. Where do we start? We'll start here. So 1995 is Konerko's true rookie. He has a Bowman Chrome rookie and a refractor of that. The refractor of that is probably like a $15, $20 card. Just never pulled the trigger on it. And I still need to get the base version of this, but this is his 1995 Bowman in first impressions. This is the silver foil and the gold like that. These are like dollar cards. I just think they're cool. These are the 98 gold label. So that's one of them, and this is the other. There's a third one, and there's a ton of other weird variations of this. I don't know. It's like class 1, class 2. I have a graded version of one of these. I just think they look really clean. It's like a 4th year Konerko technically, but I think this is why I'm picking up more Konerko than Burley. He has way more fun. Like he was a top-ish prospect. He's in a lot of really fun sets from like 96 to like 99. And like the first years of Finest, Bowman's Best, that stuff that I think are super cool. So this is the only relic. This is out of 18. I got this for $4 shipped, and it's game used from 2011 or 2011 All-Star game used out of 18. And it was disclosed that like the corners were dinged, which like they are, but it's just the top corners. But it's, you know, it's a 2012 relic, and it's really not that bad. So that's fine right there. Love that pickup. Next, so 1998 Centurions. These are, got these for like $5-6 a piece. They're both out of 500. So Centurions, there is no non-numbered version. You see this pop up in the unlicensed like basketball and football stuff that recently came out, but there's only out of 500 and out of 75. So there's always been a ton of 500 ones available. Like the ones out of 500 even have like Griffey and Frank Thomas are like $20 to $25 cards. The ones out of 75 are like Thomas, Griffey, Chipper Jones. Those are like $250 cards. I've seen a couple of the Konerko ones that are like graded or ungraded. Like there was like 5 of them on eBay. Some of them are asking like 200. Some of them are asking like 100. I offered 45 on one once, got declined, but then one came up on auction, and the ones out of 75 had the refractor feel to it. I determined it was like a $40 card. I bid $36. I liked the card, but I still didn't like it enough to overpay. And I will overpay for some Konerkos. It's PC, obviously. But it went for 38, didn't get it, and I got mad, so that I bought the 2 out of 500 as a result. Next, I think this is kind of cool. I just put it in a mag because I was taking a $2 whatnot card from like 8 months ago out of a mag, and I was like, might as well use the mag for something. Got this for like $10. Very fine with it. This is from 2004. I know it has the World Series logo, which I think is funny because they won the next year. But this is a Paul Konerko. But it is out of 10, which I think is really cool. So any old Konerko out of 10 for 10 bucks, I will take all day. Next, I did not know this set existed, but 2003 Topps Contemporary, like this just looks gorgeous. This is like a $2 card. It's out of 225. I just think this looks beautiful, and I think I want to pick up more Topps Contemporary stuff now. This I got for $1.25, which I think is crazy. It still has the coating on it. This is a 2002 Topps Finest Black Refractor out of 99. And I buy a lot of Konerko. This is at least a $15 to $20 card. Like the ones out of like $4.99 from this set or $4.50 go for like $4. And like all day, like there's like 10 sales of it. And I got the one out of 99, which is the color match. It's more rare for $1.25. Like, I don't know what this is worth, but it's worth at least like $15. I think that's a good estimate. And I got it for $1.25. And I just think this is gorgeous. Probably my favorite of the pickups. This is a 1996 Bowman's Best Refractor. This is a second year Konerko, and I just love shit like this. This is the type of shit that I really want to be picking up, and I love it. There's a bunch of like similar from like 96 to 98. I have like 3 of the ones out of 400, but the ones out of 200, and some weird die cuts and stuff out of 50 or 75, but they infrequently pop up, and when they do, they go for like sometimes like $50, and I can't pull the trigger on that. But I need to do more research to find out like what's actually rare. I'm fine overpaying for some stuff, but it depends what it is. But that's really cool right there. Love picking that up. And last 3, same as the Burley. This is 2003 Bowman Chrome. I still need the base, but I got the refractor and the X-Fractor, and I think this one is the coolest. This is probably like I think I paid like 12 to 15 bucks. Let's call it 15 bucks for this. This is the gold out of 170. And I have the Burley of this. So this was originally an uncirculated card. And I think I paid like around the same for the Burley. But then also recently another Burley went for like 30 bucks. So I didn't mind picking this up for 15. But they took it out of the uncirculated case. And if you wanted to see the difference, like that's the silver and that's the gold. And those are my pickups. I hope you enjoyed, and I will have more videos in the future. That's just really cool. I'm going to show it again. And much love, everybody. Take care.